This is Moderna on the monthly chart, and from the highs of $480, nearly $500 back in September of 2021, prices are down roughly 75%. However, there might be some light at the end of the tunnel, although I do anticipate price continuing to move down until it gets to this patch of trading, say down at the $60 level, which is $40 lower. All this trading should act as support. As on the way up, it acted as resistance, or at least a headwind. So before we continue with the analysis, let's look at this article. It is coming from the Motley Fool. Moderna is expecting massive growth over the next decade. Is the stock a no-brainer buy? So Moderna has been well known over the past couple of years thanks to the COVID-19 vaccine. This vital product has allowed it to generate billions of dollars in revenue and profits. However, the company is focused on growth and building out its business to be larger and more diverse in the future, especially as the pandemic recedes. Over the next 5 years, the company expects to launch 15 new products aimed at rare diseases, infectious diseases, and cancer. And by 2025, it projects that the number of programs that it has in phase 3 trials will double. Outside of its respiratory business, the company expects to add up to $15 billion new revenue. It expects to reach that total 5 years after launching new products, which it projects will happen by 2028. This means that revenue could be flowing into the business 10 years from now. This suggests that by 2033, Moderna could be closing in on up to $30 billion in annual revenue. However, investors should be extremely cautious that Moderna's optimistic projections, as there's room for a lot of things to go wrong. Another issue is the company's expectations for its respiratory business. The company estimates the COVID-19 market will be worth $15 billion, more than twice what it estimates the influenza market to be worth, roughly $6 billion. Now, Pfizer recently came out and said that they project just 24% of vaccination rate for COVID this year. This also feels like an area in which Moderna's forecasts may be too optimistic. One thing I'm confident about is that Moderna is highly likely to incur steep losses over the next decade. If it invests heavily in all three costly trials, its expenses are sure to spike significantly. Between 2024 and 2028, the company plans to spend $25 billion on research and development. This year alone, the company expects to spend $4.5 billion on R&D, with full-year expenses totaling $6 billion. Now, just to give you an idea of what it costs to get a product from the table to the market, and it's really 10 to 20 years, and we're looking at $20 billion. Shares of Moderna have fallen more than 40% year to date, as investors have grown wary of this once hot health stock. There's good reason for the bearishness. The company effectively needs to prove itself all over again. So going back to the charts, this downtrend to $60 is in alignment with their timeline for getting products on the market, in my opinion. However, if you look at the monthly chart, when they expect to start bringing in more revenue, you got roughly 5 years to wait. So from a fundamental standpoint and a technical standpoint, Moderna is not a buy. In addition, you just established some headwinds. All these wicks, which were support, are now going to serve as resistance. Let's go down to the weekly chart. And as the article mentioned, the stock is down 40% year to date. This is January. And on the way down, it did form weekly sell area. If this drop in price, a couple of basic candles and a drop, you can see price tried to return to the area, but could not, and then sold off. So weekly sellers at 172. So I want to look at current price, and I'm going to go down and to the left. You do have a rally, a basic candle, and then the rally out, taking out the pivot high to the left. So that's where price is at right now. However, that rally out was done on very low volume. So I'm not convinced that price is going to turn here. Which is why the chart suggests price is going lower. Let's go down to the daily chart. Again, looking at current price going down and to the left. Not really seeing anything. No levels of interest anywhere. So let's scroll back out to the weekly chart. Yeah. Really, there's nothing stopping price from continuing to go down. You know, this gap up, you can look at this candle as an extended green range candle, which means that there are really no buyers. And this area, you could say, has been used up. You had the gap up, price came down, filled any remaining unfilled orders that were there, and then shot higher. Price tried to come back, which is why we're getting the rebound in price back in August, because there were some orders here that were unfilled. But as you can see, price is right back at that level, and I believe price is going to continue to go down. So Moderna is not a buy as of yet. Maybe in a couple of years, look to put your hard-earned capital somewhere else. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.